And I have another video. This is a stream full of video content. I love video content. It means I can go to the bathroom chat. I have watched this, so I'm not going to miss out on anything. I want to apologize in advance, by the way, to my live audience, that this video is disgusting. Not because of anything that's said or shown. There's something really, really wrong with H3's body. He is like burping and gasping for air, coughing up phlegm, like right into the microphone this entire time. And I don't know if that's like if he's on those GPL1 weight loss drugs and now he has like digestive issues, or I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. So this video is really gross. If you're listening to the podcast feed, you may not hear it because my post-processing tends to remove a lot of sounds that it considers annoying. So if I ever have like a smoke detector chirp in my videos that I'm showing, it usually strips those out. And I think it does a good job of getting out mouth noises. So let's listen to H3 real quick. I apologize if you are hearing things you don't want to hear, but like, I mean, he's eating on the set. And that's probably why he's got indigestion. He's like eating. People who eat while they stream are like the most perplexing. Can you not go 2 or 3 hours without fucking eating? I eat like an hour before the stream. I had a tin of sardine fillets and olive oil. They're very good. And then that's it. That's all I had today. And I'll eat after my stream. I don't know why people have to eat on stream. It's really annoying. Anyways, let's see what H3 has to say today.
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. And then it gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And by the way, we were all friends with Adam for a long time until he decided that, like, he could get some clout by being a total fucking psychopath and participate in snark. Like, what a shitty friend. What a little freak, dude. It's just pathetic. So, yeah, he's accused me of leaving pills on the floor. And, yeah, so I'm feeling at a point to defend myself against... Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's that she kills kids, that she went on, like... She's like a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and IDubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered for saying one damn fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group that anybody who says anything, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm crazy. Like, dude, I probably done and stood by IDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them because I love those guys. I vouched for their character, and I stood by them 100%. And listen, I'm not saying that they're not the good, nice, fine people that I thought they were, but I'll say this: I don't think they're any friends of mine. That's what I'll say at this moment. And certainly, I don't think they're any friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man. That's not what I need. How could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies. Or something like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something. Hassan actually killed his fucking dog. You think that I would let that slide as much as I hate Hassan? You don't think I would say something? Somehow it's like admirable right now to just be like, yeah, that's true. I refuse to acknowledge any common human decency at all. Ethan is the worst person that ever lived. He is evil in every conceivable way, and we must destroy him. Why? I really don't know. I really don't.
Okay. Ethan is recognizing his position in the world as the young people are becoming virulently anti-Semitic. What's funny, to encapsulate the point of contention here, is that Ethan Klein is very upset that IDubbbz and Aniza are associated with people who are very anti-Israel and very anti-him. And that might sound conceited, but there is some context to this where after Aniza and IDubbbz started like really ruining their lives together and tanking everything IDubbbz had built and started just being the giant biggest pussies that have ever fucking lived, publicly humiliating themselves, H3 defended him quite a bit. He like really stuck his neck out for IDubbbz. Said that a lot of what Aniza wasn't like a negative influence. This was really IDubbbz trying to make a heel turn, trying to be like a good person or whatever. And to reward him for this, IDubbbz has basically sucked up to like the Hassan sector, because Hassan, I think, is like an amateur boxer. So he's trying to get like Hassan's people all hyped up for Creator Clash. And he sees that as his redemption, is having a really successful Creator Clash with lots of like Hassan people. And then, of course, all of Hassan's people and all the money that they have will watch his show. And that's it. So IDubbbz has made like this really like selfish decision to just allow Ethan Klein to be called a Jewish baby killer by the people that he's sucking up to, because he's trying to make money and he's trying to redeem himself. So in that way, I actually kind of feel bad for H3, because he really did stick his neck out for IDubbbz, and then he just gets to eat for it. I also brought up in the thread how it feels like he's really tweaking, like there's something wrong. And the consensus was from other people that, if you don't know, H3 has Tourette syndrome. He has real Tourette syndrome, and it manifests in weird tics. His like eyebrows wiggle weird. He like closes one eye and makes like a twitchy face. And he just does that in general, like normally, as he's like talking. But when he gets worked up on something, when he's like actually emotionally compromised, he has the absolute worst poker face that has ever existed. And apparently starts flailing about. People said that during the beginning of the stream, he was like normal H3, and then by this point, he was like a mess. So there was some speculation on if it's drugs or if it's like his Tourette's acting up, because he was like really upset thinking about IDubbbz f***ing with him. So I'll leave it up to you to decide if he's on drugs or not. The response from IDubbbz was, of course, to show H3 that he can give himself the good self-suck. He has a picture of a like AI-generated duck with, imagine hating on me in my room doing this, and I'm in my room doing this, and then here he is practicing the self-suck, getting really close. I don't know if he'll have the penis to actually accomplish this, but he's trying his best. He is trying his best. So that was IDubbbz's response to this. And then H3 started beefing with this guy called Froggy Tonic, which, from my understanding, is not Froggy Fresh, who is another character in the IDubbbz Aniza Creator Clash saga. This is like from my understanding, it is a Hassan Piker mega simp, and this guy has really pissed off H3. Froggy Tonic says, just learned 2 years before Ethan's dog's death, some H3 fans voiced concerns for his chronic vomiting, pointing to kidney failure, got shunned by other fans. Ethan declined the advice, stayed the course, feeding him cheese as treats. Fast forward, dog dies of kidney failure at 6 years old for a breed that has a lifespan of 13 years old. H3 refutes this, says they took the dog to the vet multiple times to get him checked out, and it wasn't until he insisted on getting comprehensive blood work done that they identified that he was in stage 4 renal failure. And then he died 6 months after that diagnosis. So he was really upset over this because he loved the dog. So in the video, what he's talking about with the dog was this. These are other messages after this started. Aniza says, I'm collecting all the altered photos of JD Vance like Pokemon cards. Me too. Creator Clash says which is their brand account. You're gonna wish you never stepped into the ring with me. And then there's like a video, like a work video. I forget what you call it. What's the thing that Ethan Ralph does when he's trying to like rile himself up? He does a it's not a work. That's the name of like the story in the fighting. A promo. They're cutting a promo. They're cutting a promo where the boxers are like, "Look, I'm taking this seriously, and you're going down, Buster." Aniza decides to hype up this hype promo by going, "Let's go, nice guys," which is not very hype. He just says, "I'll move in with you. Let's split it 50-50. IDubbbz says, "Whose bright idea was it to say they're nice guys? They are killers who hate each other." So even IDubbbz recognizes that this promo about nice guys fighting is actually really fucking retarded. And when you're cutting a promo, you should probably want some kind of passion, some kind of anger, relatable human emotions that revolve around fighting. So that's pretty embarrassing for them. There is... Aniza made some salads. I think it has some halloumi, actually. I could eat the fuck out of some halloumi right now. Froggy Tonic responds to this with some bullshit. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why H3 is making him important. I'm not trashing the dog. I have defended Hila on every point you have mentioned as far as October 2024. I beefed with my own people again and again over you. That's the level of charitability. Just look at yourself. Listen to your words. You are ill. And then Aniza decided the best way to handle this conflict is to get more tattoos. She says, "Very excited to be heading to LA to see friends and get a tattoo. I need a mini vacation from work so bad." So she has decided that she can't handle the stress and is going to punish herself in the best way she knows how by getting more fucking disaster pinned on her. Then finally, this is effectively the closest thing to a real response to H3 that she posted. "I don't want to know people like that anymore, as if there was an obligation, as if I owed you something." So, no, even though you defended us, even though you tried to salvage our careers, I don't owe you anything, H3. You long-nosed dog killer, perhaps. Perhaps will be the next word. And that's, H3 News, a Creator Clash going well. I think that someone posted their GoFundMe, and they've raised like $24,000 out of like 1 million goal, I think is what's going on with that. So, oh, this is what their actual fans say, apparently. Let's see. Is this H3's subreddit? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is going to be the pro people. Ethan and Hila weren't obligated to defend Ian and Aniza from incel-coded Ian got cucked by a thought campaign a few years ago. I mean, that's not really incel-coded. That's just kind of obvious. But they went out of their way to do it anyways, despite knowing it would bring them more backlash. Wolfman says, "That's what's being a friend, or that's called being a friend, but I guess being loyal and compassionate towards your friends is an unacceptable obligation now." Yeah, it's such an entitled response. Actual friends do owe their friends stuff, loyalty, a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen to, etc. I would hate to be friends with someone who didn't choose to do those friend things. It makes Ian's reputation worse. Probably. I'll cut it there. Anyways, people were making fun of JD Vance with edits. The slate completely misunderstood how much of these were actually done by right-wingers as a form of endearment. So, let's take a look at some of the edits, chat. Here we have JD Vance as a lollipop munchkin. That's very cute. Another lollipop themed one where he has a little Twizzler hat. I like that one a lot. Oh, he's standing in front of the Ohio flag, chat. From what I understand, he's a hillbilly from Ohio. A whole roll of them. You got emo JD Vance. Emo JD Vance in front of a furry autism girl and the Nordic sun. JD Vance morphed into like an Alex Jones. JD Vance as a green alien. JD Vance with a pacifier. No, that's pretty inspired. I don't know what the significance of the JD Vance with the glasses on is. JD Vance is a black person. Now that's who we need, really. This is him purple. For the last time, Mr. Wonka, I did not try any experimental gum, and frankly, I find this entire line of questioning insulting. That's pretty good. JD Vance is a robot. JD Vance says the... This one's hard to top. This is my favorite so far. If I find one that's better, I'm gonna put this one on top of it. JD Vance is the son from the Teletubbies, and then all the all the Teletubbies are really sad looking. Tim Losses. JD Vance as a super like Alex Jonesy Green Wizard. JD Vance as a bog swamp monster in the Norman invasion of England. Jimi Hendrix, JD Vance. JD Vance as a woman. It's uncomfortable, actually. JD Vance, the girl's got a like on Tinder. That's cool. JD Vance Minions with the Trump as Igor. That is my new favorite. I like this one a lot. JD Vance as the Mog face. JD Vance as a Cyclops. JD Vance is the ones with these like super red. I don't like. Those are not appealing to me at all. The winner of this, by the way, is going to be the thumbnail for this. Oh, JD Vance as a Dark Elf from Morrowind. JD Vance as the orb guy. He's an orb guy in this one. Bald Vance, really creepy Vance. I don't like that at all, actually. That one looks realistic, like it's possible. I don't know what the fuck is up with the Jerry curl one. Is it like a real picture of him? Because that's terrible. JD Vance as a pig, I think is what that one's supposed to be. JD Vance playing Halo and drinking Mountain 2. JD Vance at a really shitty strip club in the middle of nowhere. JD Vance is a pig. That's inspired. There's another minion one. People like making him a minion. JD Vance is Jakob. JD Vance at two different Teletubby JD Vances. The one with the Tim Wattses are obviously better. Vance as Patrick. Vance as a white Egyptian pharaoh. Vance as the Riddler. Whittle me this. I demand money in tanks, yet Yet all the while I never say thanks. Who am I? I'm gonna solve the puzzle. I like Indian JD Vance. That's a man you can trust right there. Oh, that's the fat people from Wall E. Garbage Pail Kids Vance. I don't know what's up with the curls, though. That scares me. I don't like the curls at all. I'll go to page 5. JD Vance compared to Joshua Moon of Kiwi Farms. Not sure how I feel about that. JD Vance is a Mexican. JD Vance is someone trying to steal a gorilla couch, which I don't understand at all. JD Vance as as Pixlor. That's actually really good. I don't know if he made that, but I'm going to like this.
Well, obviously we have in Lincoln Park.
JD Vance is a little boy in mono. JD Vance next to a fat Zelensky. See, look, it does look like Alex Jones to me. Maybe he's like a clone of Alex Jones. They couldn't put the Alex Jones into the White House, so they had to clone him first. JD Vance is the adoring fan. JD Vance as George Floyd, also with a lollipop. JD Vance with eyeliner on. Some sketches of JD Vance as a Pikachu, as a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and I don't know what that is, but it looks like one of those Russian dolls. And JD Vance, okay, last one. JD Vance as what looks like Dan Crenshaw, but is more like the eye patch guy from Metal Gear Solid. But I've never played that game, so I can't punish Vance. There you go. Okay, that's it for the JD Vance segment, the one and only. I picked, by the way, my favorite is this one. This will be the cover art for this episode.